Okay, now here's an example for our cash receipts journal. Okay, this is the example from your book. Let me just make it bigger. Now, what you see here is this is your question, right? So they've given some of the transactions for the month of March, and we need to put them into the cash receipts journal. Okay, so Ryan Jones owns Go's Painting Service, a small business that specializes in interior and exterior painting. Okay, Ryan has provided the following list of cash receipts for March 2016. Okay, now these are the transactions, so we'll go one by one. So your cash receipts journal. Okay, the first thing you need to put there is date, details, what the details are about, what the service has been provided, receipt number. Okay, how much total money has been deposited into the bank. So the money that's deposited into the bank, it's the money charged including the GST. So okay, and then here you've got the painting fees, sundries, and GST. Okay, so the columns here will be determined how many transactions you have here. Okay, now let's go through the first transaction. 1st March, it says received 1,600 plus $160 GST from E. Applin for house painting, receipt number 5. Okay, now 1st March is your transaction date. The fees is for the painting, so they painted E. Applin's house. Okay, so we just write the painting fees. Receipt number is 5. Now the total money deposited into bank is $1,760. Now in the question above here says, it says $1,600 plus 160 GST. Okay, so you need to add them together to get this amount that's been deposited into the bank. Okay, now you've got the straightforward thing here. So pending fees is $1,600 and your GST is $160. Okay. Let's go to the next one. On 8th of March, okay, received $1,100 including $100 GST. So thing to really important here is in that $1,100 is including $100 GST from A. Stephens for fence painting, receipt number 6. Now again, this is a painting fees. Your receipt number is 6. The total money deposited is $1,100. Okay, now because it says $1,100 and it includes the GST already, including $100 GST, so the money to be deposited into bank is the money received for the service and the GST, but this is the total amount given to us already. So $1,100 comes here, but then painting fees is $1,000 and the GST is $100. Okay, now next we have 19th of March. Before actually heading into 19th of March, I would like you to go through this study tip. This is for GST. If a transaction states an amount plus GST, add them together to determine the amount to be recorded into the bank column. Okay, so 1,600 plus GST, we added them together to go into the bank account. If a transaction states that an amount includes GST, okay, the amount already includes GST, you already have the amount to be recorded in the bank column. Okay, so it says received $1,100 including $100 GST. So this goes into the bank account, but then you have to subtract them for the actual fees. Okay, now let's go to March 19th. Ryan contributed $700 cash to the business, receipt number 7. Okay, so Ryan is the owner, he contributed $700. It is still a cash receipt for the business. Okay, now you remember here it is the capital contribution. So March 19th, capital contribution, receipt number 7, and banked $700. Okay, so this amount went into the bank. There is no GST on this because this is no sale or purchase. So $700, and it comes in our sundries account because the owner is not going to contribute every day. They're only going to contribute once or twice a month. Okay, so it can be put under sundries column. Now remember, sundries column is for infrequent transactions. Okay, all the transactions that are very frequent will have a column here. These columns can increase based on your question. Okay, for this question we only need pending fees and sundries, but you might need to add more columns when you go on to questions that have more transactions. Okay, we'll go through them as well. Now March 26th received $1,650 including $150 GST from J Tran for house pending, receipt number 8. Again received 1,650 including the $150 GST. So which means this amount is for the bank. Okay. Now again painting fees here, March 26, painting fees, receipt number 8, $1,650. But to put them there, you need to split them. Okay, $1,500 goes to painting fees and $150 go towards the GST. Okay, now the totals here are, let me see if I can move it a little bit. I can't move this cursor. There you go. Okay, now the totals here, so you have to total them at the end of every month. So total money deposited into bank is total of all of these. Okay, pending fees total, sundries column total, and the GST. Okay, so this is how you make the cash receipts journal. Now this is a checklist for cash receipts journal. Enter date that transaction occurred, really important. So date, details of the transaction. Okay, enter the receipt number. Okay, enter the total amount in the bank column, so total money deposited into bank. Okay, enter the amount under the required heading. Remember, irregular transactions are entered into the sundries column. Again, infrequent transactions. Okay, and then total transaction. Okay, now this is the recording of your data. We have collected the data in the way of source documents. Now this is the recording of your data, and then after the recording we're going to jump into the reporting of your data. Okay, now cash payments journal. Okay, record cash outflows. So cash payment is when our money is going out, so cash outflows of the business. For example, these can the transactions that include cash outflows will be expenses paid, buying some assets, payments made to creditors, which is also called your accounts payable, drawings, when the owner draws some money out of the bank account, loan repayments, and GST paid. Okay, now this is our cash payments journal. This is how it looks like. So as I said, even in cash receipts journal you can have more columns like we have in cash payments journal, depending on how many transactions you have. Okay, now they look the same, but you have to be mindful what your question is asking you to do, cash receipts or cash payments. Some questions might ask you to do cash receipts and cash payments journal, both of them. So you have to differentiate between the transactions which are cash receipts and which are cash payments. Okay, now look at the dates. They are all in the sequential order. Okay, so they have to run in the sequential order. These are the details: check number, money deposited into bank, this, and GST. Okay, so what the money is for and the GST here. Okay, now this is example for cash payments journal. I'm going to quickly do this with you. I've got 5 more minutes for this video to be recorded, but try and do this quickly. Now let's go through the question again. GOG's pending service has provided the following, I don't know where my cursor was, has provided the following list of payments for March 2016. Okay, so look at the dates. They're running in sequential order. We'll just post them into the sequential order here. Paid wages of $450, check 101. Now 1st March, details wages, check 101, bank $450, wages $450. Because he's paying the wages, he's not paying any GST on that. Okay, straightforward. You've got the wages column here because the wages are paid more than once or twice a month, because if you're paying the wages weekly or fortnightly, it's going to be more transactions than go in Sunday's account. Okay. Now next is owner withdrew $500 cash, check 102. So cash drawings, check number here, $500 withdrew. Okay, and drawings $500. Okay. Purchase new equipment, 7th of March. Purchase new equipment for $1,500 plus $150 GST, check 103. Okay, 7th of March, new equipment. You can say purchase new equipment as well if you want to. Check number 103. Again, 1,650. The thing to note here is it says purchase new equipment for 1,500 plus 150 GST. So you have to add them together for the amount to go into the bank account, but then they go here, $1,500 and 150. Now this is under sundries account because you don't purchase equipment every now and then, so it can go under sundries column. Now again, 12th March, purchase paint costing 250 plus 25 GST, check 104. Okay, March 12th, paint, check number here, bank total amount here. Okay, again 250 plus GST, so 275 comes here. 250 for paint and $25 has been paid as GST. Okay. Now 16th March, again paid $450 wages, check 105. So again wages 105, 450, again under wages $450, no GST for this. March 20th, purchased paint costing $400 plus 40 GST. So again plus 40 GST, total money to go into the bank account is going to be $440. So let's check it out. March 20, paint $106, 106 is the check number, $440 deposited into the bank, and you've got $400 worth of paint and $40 worth of GST. Okay. Now another thing to note down here in this is that the total of this column has to match the total of all of these columns. Okay, so 450, 500, 1650, 275, 450 and $440. Okay. Now March 22, owner withdrew $400 cash, check 107. Again cash drawings 107, check number, $400 withdrew and drawings $400. Okay. 25th March, purchase paint costing $150 plus 15 GST. Okay. Again money to go into bank is going to be $165. 150 plus 15 is $165. Let's check it out. March 25, paint, check 108, bank amount 165, and then $150 for paint and $15 for GST. Okay, so total of this goes here. Now when was serviced for 200 plus 20 GST, check 109. Okay, so they service the van $220, so van service 109, $220, and then 200 goes sundries and $20 goes to your GST. Okay. Oh, where did it go? I can't move this. All right. Again, it said paid wages of $450. So again, wages, paid wages 30th of March, 110 check number, $450, $450 here. Now again at the end I've got the totals. Okay. Now again I want to reiterate, cash payments journal an accounting record which classifies and summarizes all cash paid to other entities during a particular reporting period. So that's your cash payments journal. So this is the total of all the columns down the bottom. Okay. Now again quickly the checklist, enter the date, provide details of the transaction, enter the check number and enter the total amount in the bank column, enter the amount under the required heading and total each transaction. Okay. Hopefully that makes it clear. Now you should go back and do your questions and ask me if you have any questions or if you need any help. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.